What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me, but I just got home off of an early morning flight, right? First thing through the door, I want to see my family. I love my family. You know, I'm a family man. I'm an advocate for families, right? Second thing, I got to get that hot shower because I got to throw the threads on. The threads make me feel like $1,000,000, but the third thing through my mind and all throughout the trip is that I got to have that Teege pack. Teege makes my life uncomplicated. It's uncomplicated skincare for men. The first way that I started specifically was their level 1 system. It's a daily face wash to get rid of the dirt and grime on your skin. 2 times per week exfoliating scrub to get rid of the dead skin cells. An AM moisturizer with SPF 20 because you should always be protecting your skin from the sun. And a PM moisturizer to help your skin stay hydrated and healthy throughout the night. Here's the thing. My favorite part about Teege Hanley is that every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. They really making the process of achieving and maintaining amazing skin for men uncomplicated. In addition to amazing skin, members of Teege Hanley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off the retail price, the ability to customize your box, exclusive monthly deals, you can pause and cancel at any time, and you get free shipping. And because Teege Hanley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers an amazing deal, right? Just click the first link in the description and you get 30% off your first box, plus a free gift. It's an amazing deal. You got to get started today. You're not out here trying to look like a dusty. And if you travel as much as I do, which I'm sure most people don't, but you know me, I'm pushing my bag chasers in order to be in the top 5%, top 10%, top 1%. We got to make our lives uncomplicated, and Teege Hanley is no better product. You got to look good. You got to smell good. And you can't be looking like a dusty. Make sure you get started today. Click the link in the description. Get that Teege pack. Feel the Teege, my friends. What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. We back in the building. Gang, what's happening? Get my levels right. Gang. Did y'all miss me? Did y'all miss me live streaming? Did y'all miss Anton from Anton? Aw, y'all so sweet. Look at all of my silvers. You see all my silvers coming in? We're going to have to get that taken care of ASAP. So come tomorrow morning when we start live streaming tomorrow morning, we absolutely positively are going to get we're going to get our silver foxes taken care of. Some people, shout out to Look Out Below. Look Out Below says it didn't feel right without the morning live stream. I agree with you. I was over in Miami for a lot of y'all. I was vlogging, and they are Zaddy Silvers. I was vlogging from Miami over the past few days because I was over there getting my teeth taken care of. So what you see right now is, what do they call it? These temporaries. So these are temporaries, and then I fly back next week to get my the full installation done. So what you see right now is just literally is my exact same teeth. But everything is filed down, so I'm documenting the journey, and I'm gonna take y'all along with me as usual. Because I live my life like an open book, and documenting the journey is largely not only for me, but it's the people that come after me so they can see exactly how it is that I live my life, and then we can come back and have a conversation. But I'm back. These are not the finals at all. These are just the halfway step. You know what I'm saying? But then the next week I'm gonna be back in Miami. And we're going to be doing our thing. And then we got the New Year's Eve meetup for the Patreon members and the Bag Chasers on New Year's Eve. If you are not a part of the Bag Chasers, the link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat for you to tap in and align yourself with a group of people that's going in the direction that you're going in. All right. So I did put a recent update of what is happening with the Bag Chasers and what we doing for New Year's Eve. Please go over and see that. The exact location, the details, the link for you to be able to get your tickets to the New Year's Eve celebration, which includes the champagne, rooftop, all of that, right? So make sure that you get that update. That video is in the Bag Chasers. You do not have to stay at the hotel in order to be able to attend what it is that we got going on. So I'm working on a lot of things. Let me also give you all an update. Before we do, we got some new sponsors coming at the top of the year. Got two new sponsors that I chose to be a part of this platform in addition to Teege Hanley. Us and Teege Hanley, we decided to negotiate. We did some hard negotiating. And so we decided to continue our partnership. With that being said, make sure you tap into Teege Hanley, 30% off your first order plus a free gift. Just getting a little bit of the housekeeping out of the way. And then I do want to give y'all a little bit of an update. So I have been in the gym. I have been working out. I have been taking care of business. And since November 23rd, I am down roughly 9 pounds, but I'm building muscle too. So I am down about 9 pounds from what I was on November 23rd. And I'm working. So in addition to getting the teeth, you have to actually have the health, the fitness. I've decided to go full-fledged into not bodybuilding, but a lifestyle change in which I wanted to rebrand myself. I think a lot of times you guys have to lean more heavily into change and evolution. I was talking to somebody about change over the weekend, and they were so stubborn and stuck in their ways. And even when it comes to a content creation, I think I've mastered the idea of continuing to push myself, continuing to evolve, continue to grow. And so I will be transitioning and rebranding myself based off of a 40-year-old man coming in the future. I don't want to stay the same. I don't want to continue to do the same thing that I was doing 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago. And if you followed Anton Daniels, because the Millionaire Morning Show channel, oh, let me get something for y'all. Let me get something for y'all really, really quickly. Give me a second. 1 second. Hold on, hold on. Give me a second. Let me get something for y'all. Man. Okay, y'all gotta give me a second. Okay. You gotta give me a second because I forgot to bring something in. So I have to run down to the car really, really quickly because this is important. I usually would just continue with the show and then show y'all tomorrow. But I got my plaques in, right? I got my 100K plaques. I want to share that with you guys before we get into the show. So give me 1 second, guys. Sorry for the delay. Sorry for the delay. I wanted to share this with you guys officially. Sorry. I had to run all the way up, catch the elevator because I'm on the top floor. All right, so this one is the Anton Daniels one, right? See that? It's pretty beautiful. It's pretty freaking awesome. But I don't want to gloat on this one because this is the one. So let me tell you something. Usually what I would do is I would buy a Rolex for every milestone moment, right? I would buy a Rolex. Let me remove these. I would buy a Rolex for every milestone moment. This is going to be a cover photo. We're going to clip this up, all right? But no, I would buy a Rolex for every milestone moment in my life for the things that were significant to me. I've done it in corporate America and all of that, right? But let me tell you what a couple of these represent, okay? This one specifically represents authenticity and being true to who you are. It's a lot of people, both in person, more in person, and online, that tried to stop this. It's a lot of people that was in my family, people that I knew, you know, a lot of people that doubted me. It's a lot of people that didn't think that this was possible. This is a representation of never, ever fitting in. This is a representation of when people told me, no, keep doing urban exploration. No, keep doing gambling videos. No, keep talking about corporate America. No, do A, B, C, D, and E. I said, no, I'm going to lean into what it is that I know makes the most sense for me. I'm not going to worry about what everybody else is doing, what everybody else is thinking. I'm going to authentically be me. This is me. This is you. And the beautiful thing about this is a representation of you. I am you. I'm your neighbor. I'm your father. I'm your son. I'm your husband. I'm your best friend. I'm the guy that works in corporate America every day. I'm him. I'm the C student that you sat next to in school every day. I'm the guy that don't cheat on his wife and will authentically document the journey, but also give you the game that go along with it. But this is a representation of never changing and being authentically who I am, which is truly a reflection of you. So this one right here is for me because this is me continuing to document the journey. This one is for you. This one is for you. Now, let me tell you something. And let me tell you what this one means to me. The Anton Daniels Millionaire Morning Show, right? And I crossed 100,000 on the same day for both channels. This is not cheating, not doing it the wrong way, never looking left, never looking right, but staying focused on what it is that I'm doing, not focusing on what nobody else is talking about, not hating on people, not getting mad because other people are successful or they got it before I did, but congratulating them and showing them love, right? This is a 2-year milestone. It took me 7, 8 years since I dropped my first video on YouTube to get the other one. And then it took me 2 years to do this one. They often tell you that your first million is the hardest. They often tell you that your first million is the hardest. $1 million specifically, right? And it's true. But let me tell you something. The reason that I started this channel is because I wanted to prove to myself that I can do it more than once at the same time. And God is real. God is love. And he actually made me cross the milestone at the exact same day for both channels. Like, what are the odds of that? I don't think that that's a coincidence, personally. But my point that I'm telling you is that for some of us, you're not going to be the rap megastar. For the overwhelming majority of us, you're not going to be an overnight celebrity or success story. It's going to take hard work, grind, dedication, going against the grain when nobody else was talking about. I heard specifically that, and this is not a not knock at Boyce Watkins today. This is just something that I heard him say, and I'm quoting him, right? He said, you know what's wrong with black people? That they don't actually want to hear something that's actually positive for them. And I would say that that's a lie, because this is a testament to speaking otherwise against that narrative. This is businesses that you can open up for $5,000 or less, small businesses. This is making sure that you become the best version of yourself, understanding that all of the success comes with it. This is, you can get rich being a corporate employee. When I said that, yo, I'm going back into corporate America because it's a bag there for me, and everybody laughed, this is that. This is, you can be married and be faithful to your wife and talk about the things that's positive and pour into the community and invest in your friends and your people and your bag chasers and all of that. This one is for y'all. This one is for me over here, the Anton Daniels one, and this one is for y'all. So all that I'm saying to you and displaying this, because this is not a stunt, this is an appreciation for you guys. And I'm sure that we're going to get 2 million plaques, right? We might get 3 million plaques. Make sure y'all sign up for Don't Do Coke in the Bathroom. We dropped the first video over there today, and we're removing the clips slowly from this channel, and we're moving them over to Don't Do Coke in the Bathroom. That link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. This is a representation of every single person that don't give up, but that endure to the end. The scriptures specifically say the race isn't given to the swift, but to he who endureth to the end. This is a testament to that milestone. It may not come overnight. It may take you 10 years. But I tell you what, when you get there, ain't going to be no fly-by-night, fair weather fans. It's going to be people that truly rock with you because they authentically rock with you. Building up your following, one person, one subscriber at a time. You can do it. It ain't no finessing. It ain't no cheating. It ain't none of that. Put out good content. Be consistent with it. Actually add value to people's life. And you don't have to go over into that dark side. And you don't have to cheat. And you don't have to try to buy subscribers and all of that bullshit. Do the work. Endure long enough to actually... Getting rich is easy. Getting 100,000 subscribers, it's easy. It's just that you're not willing to endure long enough in order to be successful to get it, to be able to enjoy it. It's much more enjoyable when you had to work for it. Buying a car is much more enjoyable when it's your money. You can do it. And so I'm just telling you that don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Don't worry about what everybody else is saying. Do what you do unique and authentically, and stop trying to be like everybody else, but be authentically you. Never came in the game pretending like I wasn't married. Always celebrated my wife. Never came in the game pretending to be something that I wasn't, but I embrace authentically who I am. I am you. Whatever it is that you feel like you're not sufficient in, you are more than sufficient. All you got to do is embrace what uniquely is you. God made you you and not them for a reason. You are a winner. You just got to realize it. So shout out to everybody. Let me make sure that I acknowledge the super chats and everybody that showed me love before we get into the show. Shout out to the Janessa Coleman, says, good morning, Anton Daniels and family, and continued success and much love. Thank you, Janessa. And you have always held me down. You have always supported the channel. I appreciate you. Yvette, actually met Yvette on several different occasions at Patreon meetups. Even flew out to Yvette in order to ensure that she was successful and that she was doing well. Shout out to Yvette. Said love, support, and congratulations, Anton. I appreciate you. Michael Russell said, this is definitely a treat while I fly the skies to Cali. Shout out to you. Shout out to my dog. My guy, Pocket Watching with JT, says, congrats, bro. And he up next. I see Pocket Watching's growth. He up next. And you know what Pocket Watching continue to do? Hustle, grind, get it, put out good information. And guess what? He right behind me. He right up next. And you know what we going to do? We going to celebrate Pocket Watching, because us together, we're stronger together than we are apart. We're stronger together than we are apart. And if he's educating people based off of his profession and his insight and information, and he's helping people to get it the right way, and then I'm doing it the way that I'm doing it, that's how you start to affect change. That's how you start to help people. That's how you start to grow. That's how you start to change a community, is when people are stubbornly positive, and we stubborn in our persistence in order to make sure that you guys become the best version of yourself. That's how you start to enact change. It don't have to come that other way. It can come this way too. Shout out to Pocket Watching with JT. Also, shout out to Ray Sean, says, congratulations, Anton. You earned your success through hard work and love for what you do. Thank you, Ray Sean, and you've been holding me down for an extended period of time too. Pretty Boy 79 says, congrats, fam. You earned it. Thank you, Pretty Boy. Ray Lewis says, congratulations. I appreciate you, Ray. Brock says, good morning, Pastor and church family. I'm realizing how blessed I am this morning. A tornado touched down in my neighborhood last night. And that experience opened my eyes to some things. Yo, you are super blessed. Every day it could be our look at Q acting up as usual. Look at Q acting up as usual. Look at Q. Says, congrats, Antoine. Keep being you. Happy holidays to you and Rita. Yo, Q sent us 2 gifts for Christmas already. Shout out to Q. We love our Q. Love our baby Q. Don't worry. I'm moving Q to Detroit. I don't care what she say. She'll be here sooner rather than later. I love you, Q, and thank you for the 50 ball. Brock says, not looking for sympathy. I just need to do some things differently. I'll reach out in the Discord. Let me know what you need, Brock. I got your back, big dog. Also, Jeffrey Woodland with the 20 ball. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. Says, brother man, so very happy for you and proud for you. Pop that. Good bubbly and smoke on them. Real Cigars wishing you more success moving forward from your big Philly bro. Shout out to Jeffrey Woodland. I appreciate you holding me down. Also, Jay says, congratulations. Thanks for all the encouragement. I may attempt something. Do it scared. Do it scared. Do it fearful. Overcome it. You can be absolutely positively awesome. Thank you, Jay, for holding me down. Also, Al Kabir, the analyst, says, congratulations, Anton. You definitely motivate me to do better. And remember, y'all, I am you. I am not any more talented than you. I'm not more smart. I'm not smarter than you. I'm not wiser than you. I'm just more intentional than a lot of people, and I'm willing to endure through the ups and the downs and the bad times and the good times. And I'm just going to continue to push. Shout out to Toby. Toby says, congratulations, Anton. You are awesome. Thank you, Toby. And thank you to you guys. Thank you to all of my bag chasers. If you are not a part of a group of people that's going in the direction that you're going in, we got an army. We got an army, ladies and gentlemen. There's no reason why you should not be associated with a group of people that's going in the direction that you're going in. So please subscribe to the Patreon. The link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. If you have not already subscribed to this channel and turn on your notifications, and then tap in to Don't Do Coke in the Bathroom, because we're moving all of the interview clips over to Don't Do Coke in the Bathroom. But the uncensored full interview clip or the uncensored full interviews, those will stay in the Patreon until, because we are working on new things, those will stay in the Patreon until we move everything over into our own platform. So we're working on that too in the background. Shout out to Aurora Monroe, says, congrats to both the plaques, Anton. Thank you. I appreciate you. I love you. And thank you to everybody that super chats hold me down from $1 all the way up to whatever it is that you donate and contribute. I appreciate you. And I actually got a video that I'm dropping this afternoon shortly after this live stream that gives you some insight and information on how it is that I use the money. The money that you guys donate and things like that in super chats, I don't keep it for myself. And I'm going to give you guys some insights, some information, and I'm going to break down what my dilemma is, because I feel like I'm getting finessed in some ways by people that tap into me and say, Anton, can you help me out? Can you look out for me? And I just willingly give, and I give a lot of money, literally hundreds of dollars every single day. I'm going to drop a video for you guys to show you and explain what my dilemma is, because I'm looking for your insight and information. So look forward to that video later on today. All right. So make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. I appreciate you. I love you. So Twitch, right? We had a conversation last night, and that conversation was based around on Anton Daniels with Q. Shout out to Q. That conversation was based around the fact that Twitch was 40 years old. And I am 40 years old. And so I was not familiar with them, but the stories behind him and the narrative behind who he was is all too familiar. Shout out to Jay Ali. Says, congrats, Anton. Super proud of you, and I'm forever grateful for the ways you have inspired me to do better and be better. Shout out to Jay. I love you. I appreciate you, Jay. You know I got your back. If don't nobody got your back, Jay, you know the Anton, big Anton got your back. All right. And again, I'm gonna just say this one more time before we really get into this. I'm down 9 pounds since the beginning of the month. Oh yes, the gym regimen, my new trainer, everything is working out beautifully. I'm going to rebrand myself starting in the new year, transitioning from January into February, and you're gonna see a completely different Anton. So it's on. And if I can do it, I know you can do it because I don't even got no time to do it, but I make time to be able to go to the gym, eat right, put less food in my mouth, and make sure that I'm taking in the things that I'm supposed to take in order to maximize the gains that we getting from our workout. All right. So it's going to be awesome. Shout out to CKJ3 says, congrats to the real. What are your thoughts on Ben Carson's name being taken down? Ben Carson's name is being taken out? I'm going to mind through that in a minute. I'm glad you brought that to my attention. Thank you for the 50 ball. Let me save your super chat because I'm going to come back to you. And thank you to everybody that contributes to the platform. Let me tackle this Twitch situation really quickly. I'm coming back to that super chat because I didn't know that. The story behind Twitch is something that I hear far too often, but I can't relate to. I can't relate to it. And you can hold me accountable for my take that I'm about to have on this because I'm speaking partially, and I'm going to save all y'all super chats. I see you, Aaron. I'm speaking partially out of ignorance, but I got to give my thoughts because part of me documenting the journey is also going back and looking at the videos to see how I possibly could have evolved, right? How I possibly could evolve. So maybe a year from now, once you guys give me more insight and information or you hold me accountable, because I'm willing to come back to the front of the congregation and say, yeah, I was wrong about that, or maybe I need to think about it a little bit differently. I'm speaking a little bit out of ignorance because I can't relate. But I have to give my authentic thoughts because I can relate simply because we are the same age, there is a level of visibility, and we have a family. Let me say that again. We are the same age, I have a level of visibility, and we have families, meaning that we have people that depend on us. Now, just to bring you in up to speed, his death was ruled as a homicide. And let me share with you the article really quickly so you guys can understand what it is that we're talking about right here, right? So, death was ruled as a homicide. I'm sorry, not a homicide, a suicide. And it says his cause of death is confirmed by the coroner after the beloved dancer is found dead. Said that statement said the 40-year-old professional dancer died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. His death occurred Tuesday in a motel in the Encino area of Los Angeles. Case is now closed. Said it's with the heaviest of hearts that I have to share my husband, Stephen, has left us, said Allison, 34, which I'm guessing is his wife. Stephen lit up the room that every room he stepped into. He valued his family, friends, and community above all else. Leading with love and light was everything to him. He was the backbone of our family and the best husband and father and an inspiration to his fans. Now, the thing that I have to ask myself as she says this statement is, was this written for her? Was this written for her? Because I believe that love is an action word. Now, I'm not going to remove the idea that people are going through things or there can be a chemical imbalance or whatever, so on and so forth. But see, I stand on one thing and one thing only. And the one thing that I stand on is that I can't fail the people that depend on me because they didn't ask to be here. If we as men, and again, I'm open to being wrong and being corrected. If we as men stand on the idea that we need the people that are around us to buy into our vision and be submissive to us, then we then have to be held to a higher standard because I can't then hold you accountable for something that I'm not living. And what I'm living is that my daughter needs me and depend on me. And he got 3 kids. And his wife needs him and depends on him. You can't be submissive to somebody that's not here. because now she has to pick up the pieces. And again, I know that this is the unpopular take, but in my opinion, this is the unpopular truth. And the truth is that I think that the most selfish thing that you can do, listen, if you're living on an island by yourself or you in prison somewhere, by all means, do whatever it is that you feel like is best for you, or go through what you need to go through and handle it how you see fit. I can't control that. But if you then have small children that depend on you, I'm not even just talking about it from the perspective of a person that decides to delete themselves. I'm talking about people that then put themselves in a position that ruin the foundation of what it is that you're building and the people that are around you that's depending on you. I don't put myself in bad situations because I know that I want to put myself in a position to where my daughter don't have to worry about her father not coming home from some self-inflicted wound that I knew better. I'm not talking about something that you do out of ignorance. I'm talking about something that you do because you decided that this was the best course of action despite how it was going to affect the people that surround you. And I don't care what y'all say, it's selfish. It's selfish. You can't sit in here and tell me that it makes sense and that I'm supposed to feel some sort of compassion. And maybe I am some type of monster. Maybe I do remove my feelings when it comes to certain things and my inability to be able to be compassionate with people or see it their way, because all I see is looking at it from a man's perspective. I can't look at it from a woman's perspective. I can't look at it from a child's perspective. The only thing I can look at it from is a leadership perspective, because that's what you chose to be when you decided to get married and have kids. You know what keeps me sometimes? You know what has kept me sometimes? You know what will continue to keep me as I grow in my life? You know what will? Let me share it with you. What keeps me in a lot of instances is the fact that I know I can't do what I want to do sometimes if I was to be feeling weak simply because there's too many people that depend on me. That's what the measure of a man is. One of my pastors told me early in my life as a young kid, and then my father reinforced this. He said, Anton, do you know what a man is? You know what the true measure of a man is? And I'm going to give you some props. I'm going to give you some props. Roderick Harris, an uncle of mine, me and him have not always seen eye to eye, but this is something that, because the same way that I can hold the church accountable when I say that I don't agree with this or I don't agree with my family on that, Roderick Harris was an uncle of mine. And he always said this, and it's something that stuck with me, right? He said, Anton, and we was actually working on the church, and we was laying the roof, and we was building different things, and we was putting in the pews, and he stopped me, and I was sweating, and I was like, man, I'm tired or whatever. And there was a lot of different guys, and we was building the church, right? We was in the neighborhood. We was building the church. We was cutting the grass of all of the neighborhoods around us. We were doing real community services. This is the thing that a lot of people don't understand, is that the foundation of who I am comes from really pouring into the community before I started talking about it. So it's easy for me to then hold people accountable because I've lived it. And he stopped me and he said, Anton, let me talk to you for a minute. And he pulled me to the side and he said, Anton, do you know what the true measure of a man is? And I said, yeah, taking care of your family. He said, nah. I said, being a pillar of the community. He said, nope. I said, going and making sure that you make a lot of money and then being the man that you're supposed to. He said, nah, that's not what the true measure of a man is. He said, that's what you do as a person that's supposed to take care of business. That's being a responsible adult. He said, the true measure of a man, hear me out. The true measure of a man is doing what you don't want to do when you don't want to do it. Derek Jackson can't relate to that. Because that would then define a level of dick discipline. That would then define putting your family first before you. That would then define doing things knowing that you're not going to get the credit for it, but everybody else is going to be taken care of before you. That is making the sacrifice to ensure that the next generation is going to be better as a result of your decisions. Let me say it one more time. He said the true measure of a man is doing a thing you don't want to do when you don't want to do it. When you tired, when you weak, When you don't want to hear what it is that they have to say no more. When you don't feel like going to work, but you know that it's going to change the future of your daughter because you don't want her to have student loans when she grow up. You want to be the reflection of the man that you would want your daughter to marry. You don't want to take the easy way out because the easy way is usually the path of least resistance is usually the way that's going to help you to fail the fastest. He said the true measure of a man is doing what you don't want to do when you don't want to do it. What that means is that you cannot be a coward. And as unpopular as a take as it may be, and as much as you may not like it, because I know that y'all think that everybody is going to heaven despite their decisions that they make on earth. Nobody is going to hell, everybody is going to heaven. Even though the hell enlargeth itself, and the path of hell is wide, and the path to righteousness is narrow, everybody is going to heaven, right? Everybody is going to heaven. And I don't have a heaven or hell to put him in, so I don't determine whether or not he's going anywhere. But I will say this. It's a coward's way out. It's a coward's way out. It's too many people that's dependent on you that did not ask to be here. If men control access to marriage, then that means that I have to then be responsible for who it is that I'm covering. And if I have kids and I have a wife, and if you don't want to live that life, then just step outside of it. But once you sign up, you don't get no do-overs. This ain't Fortnite. You don't get take-backs. None of that. You don't get to play the game again. This is real life. It's the end of the road. You get one shot. One shot to do it the right way. Figure that shit out. Man the fuck up. I don't care what you got to do. I think therapy is a scam, but if you think that therapy is going to be the thing that you need to go to in order to be able to get yourself together so that you can be the man that you're supposed to be, then lean into that shit. But we don't make excuses. We don't do the things that's going to ruin the people's lives that's dependent on us. Get that shit together. I'm so tired of people crying over self-inflicted wounds. Don't cry over me because I did some dumb shit. Hold me accountable. Celebrate my life because I did some awesome shit. Real talk. That's why I give people their flowers now. Because I want to recognize your greatness and I want you to continue to do it. Now, this has nothing to do with suffering and silence and all of that. Listen, if you're suffering, if you got depression, obviously there's people that's better suited to help you with that than I am. But fight that shit. Fight for your growth. Fight for your change. Fight for your happiness. Fight for the thing that's going to make you the better version of yourself. Stop being a weakling and suffering in silence. Talk about that shit. Go and help. Grab somebody. And if they can't help you, go grab somebody else. Whatever you got to do, not just as a man, but as a human being, to do the thing that is in the best interest of the people that's around you. If you can't do it for you, do it for somebody else. But understand that you leave a ton of carnage in your passing when you decide to do something that's selfish. It is what it is. And again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm off. I'm more than willing to be accountable for what it is that I'm saying. So if you guys think that I'm wrong, you're more than welcome to hold me accountable and we can come back to the table and discuss it. However, I think that it is a selfish thing to have people dependent on you when you decide to take the easy way out, the coward's way out. You get no love from me on that. You get no love from me on that. Make sure you hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and then subscribe to Don't Do Coke in the Bathroom. The link is in the description. Tap into the Patreon. Israel Mills says, congratulations, bro. You're an inspiration. Keep pushing forward. Thank you, Israel. I appreciate you. And shout out to all of my Fight Club people also. Yvette says, big news. I'm in the evaluation process of being put on kidney transplant. Yo, can we all get a round of applause for Yvette? Because we've been praying feverishly, fervently for Yvette, always trying to hold her up in good spirits. I visited you multiple different times. Shout out to you. Shout out to Yvette. We want her to be successful, and we want her to live a long, fruitful life. And you know we're going to continue to send up them prayers for you, baby girl. Good news only. Donnie Smith says, I feel bad for the family you left behind, but I agree with you. Taking your own life when people around you are depending on you is a selfish act. I'm not the only one. Thank you for the fireball. I appreciate you, Donnie. Yoli says, I've been on a fitness journey with you since the Apple Watch switches. I'm down a whole person, and congratulations. Shout out to Yo. You see me still rocking the Apple Watch, right? Got the Apple Watch Ultra. Did have to upgrade, but I put away the Rolexes. The Rolexes is archived right now. We going to go ahead and get that new fitness, that new body, that new person, because we want to live forever. Shout out to Yoli and congratulations. Aaron says, shout out to the gym accountability. Aaron be sending me stuff every day like, yo, you hit the gym today? You hit the gym today? Shout out to my bag chasers. That's also my accountability partners. Mr. Hylel says, some demons are just too strong for some to handle, but suicide is always on the table for me and has been since I'm guessing he said hasn't been on the table and has been since a child. My son is the only thing keeping me here. Outside of that, life is boring to me. I would say, for you, my friend, I would say you should probably tap into your friends and your accountability partners. If you are not a part of not the Patreon, but the Discord, there are people that can probably point you in a better direction than I can. So I'm not going to be the end all be all for advice, because this is way out of my wheelhouse. So if you can, my friend, tap in with me, and then I'll point you in a direction of some people that can probably help you. Because let me help you to understand something, my friend. Life ain't boring. You just ain't enjoying it the way that you're supposed to. You probably haven't even tapped into to 10% of your potential so that you can truly enjoy what it is that you're capable of. And I think that you are awesome. I think that you have so many different possibilities, and you just need to align yourself with people that can actually help you realize your potential. Life ain't boring. You just ain't started living yet. Trust me. Send me an email or reach out to me, my friend, and hopefully I can point you in the right direction, because let me just tell you something. It ain't never on the table. It's off the table. Say it with me. It's off the table. I ain't trying to convince you. I'm telling you. It's off the table. That ain't even your life. That ain't your life, big dog. You ain't meant to not be here. You meant to be able to pour into people and be a success story so that you can be an example for other people that come after you. All right? I got your back, bro. Send me an email. So, what is up with this whole Ben Carson thing? What's up with Ben Carson? CKJ3, somebody in the chat, y'all got to give me an update on what's happening with Ben Carson. His name being taken down. What is his name being taken down from? I got to see what's happening with Ben Carson. Ben Carson news. He being removed from the Detroit High School. Wow, I can't believe this. Do y'all know how successful and how significant Ben Carson is? Is this what it comes to? Because you got a difference of opinion of what somebody believes or which side of the aisle that they stand for. Now we starting to remove. Man, do y'all know how successful and how smart and how wise this dude is? Have y'all ever read Ben Carson's book? All right. I'm going to deal with that. Shout out to CKJ3. I appreciate you for keeping that on my radar. And shout out to Ray Brinson. I appreciate you for the 10 ball for holding me down. That is absolutely egregious. Wow. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Shout out to y'all for holding me down. Let me pivot for a minute. You see the salt and pepper? Y'all see the salt and pepper in my beard? Don't worry. Anton is changing his image. But the salt and pepper going to be gone by the weekend. But Anton is definitely changing his image. Shout out to my dog, the high value nurse. Says, shout out, homie. You inspire my grind and showing us Detroit dudes how to do it. I'm following the blueprints and it's working. Much love. Shout out to CJ, my dog, getting that money in a high value nurse. Make sure y'all go over to his channel where he give y'all a lot of insight on what it is to transition into being a nurse and a traveling nurse. He getting them bags. He always on cruises. That's my guy. I love you, CJ. Shout out to you, big dog. Let me pivot for a minute. All right? I want to share a video, and I'm going to read the super chat shortly. I want to share a video really quickly because I had largely been out of the loop as far as what had been happening with regard to Meg the Stallion. I thought that the Stallion was a male horse, but neither here nor there. Meg the Stallion, Tory Lanez, and Kelsey, some girl named Kelsey. All right. Q started filling me in yesterday, and I have some thoughts. I'm going to play this video. I'm also going to drop the link in the chat for y'all to be able to come up here and express y'all thoughts, because I want to get y'all insight and information, because I'm green on this subject, but I am familiar with a little bit of what's happening. Thank you, Q. Thank you to everybody last night for holding me down and giving me a lot of updates and insight on what's going on. I'm going to drop this link in the chat. All right. I'm allowed for y'all to be able to come up here and share with me y'all thoughts on this whole situation. I'm going to play a video, and then I'm going to allow for y'all to be able to share y'all thoughts with me. And then we gonna mine this out, ladies and gentlemen, all right? Let me pin that to the top of the chat. Give me a second. Hold on. Make sure you got good lighting. If you want to share your thoughts on this subject, you're more than welcome to come up. But I'm going to play a video really quickly. And this guy apparently has been following the case for an extended period of time. And so I want to get his thoughts so that I could be fully up to date on what happened during the trial up to this point. And then we're going to go from there, because I have some interesting words and some interesting thoughts that may a little bit, this is unpopular opinion today, that may be a little bit unpopular with the general public, but it is what it is. So let me share what he observed in this whole debacle, and then we're going to go from there. All right. I don't like the sparkles that's showing on this video, but I do want to share what it is that he said. All right.
Oh my God. When we walked out of that courtroom just now, every single person was shocked. Every single person was frozen. A lot of people were looking at me like, bro, tell me what is going on. Kelsey took the stand. Before she even started talking, there were fireworks. This started with Kelsey coming in and saying she is invoking her Fifth Amendment right to remain silent and not testify. When someone invokes the Fifth Amendment, they have to be invoking it because if they were to testify, they would be giving testimony that incriminates themselves. She said, I will not testify because I would be giving testimony that I'm incriminating myself. That's what it means when she invoked the Fifth Amendment. Now, the government offered her immunity. They said that we will not prosecute you and use this testimony against you, so please testify. Her lawyer came back and said, well, that's not good enough. I don't want you to just not use her testimony against her. I want you to confirm to me that you will not prosecute her for any crimes arising out of this instance, out of this situation. The prosecutors said, yes, on the record, we will not be charging Kelsey for anything that came out of this incident. And then she testified. I'm going to go over the whole testimony in the next video, but here's the piece that we just left off at lunch. The courtroom is just, I can't even explain the tension. They asked her, at one point, did Tory ever say that I'll shoot you? And she said, I'm invoking my Fifth Amendment right, which suggests, they asked her, what's the context? When did he say I'm going to shoot you? She said, I invoked the Fifth, which suggests that the context was Kelsey was doing something, perhaps Meg was also doing something that would incriminate her. That's the context. That's what I get from it. That's my opinion. That's my read of it. For those of you who have been telling me that I'm biased and that there's only one angle to this story and that a man pulled a gun and shot 5 times at another woman and that the prosecutors haven't charged him with attempted murder, but I'm biased. If you believe the story that a man pulled a gun and shot 5 times at another woman, he hasn't been charged with attempted murder, and now you have another woman in the car saying, I plead the Fifth. All right, you heard the bombshell from this morning. Let me catch you up on the rest of Kelsey's testimony. They asked her, how are you feeling? She said, I don't want to be here. They asked her, what's triggering you? She said, quote, lies from Megan. She was at.
So, before we start to dive into this, and I'm about to start bringing y'all up. Let me bring y'all up. Hold on. Oh, man, this is amazing. I got some very, very interesting thoughts about this thing. But let me start bringing y'all up. Israel. What's happening, big dog?
Salute, my brother.
How you feel?
Congratulations, man.
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. What's the word, big dog?
Hey, man, look, this is your world. I'm just in it. You know what I'm talking about?
What do you think about this whole Meg the Stallion thing going on?
Yo, it's a mess, man. Yo, so basically, Angry Man breaks it down pretty masterfully. He
Shout out to
really
my
called
dog,
it.
Angry Man.
He really called it from the beginning. If you want me to be 100 about it, he called this. What this happened about last year or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
He called it from the beginning. So basically, what I'm seeing is it's a matter of Megan was messing with Tory, and Tory was Kelsey's man, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so because the
Wait, wait,
situation
wait, wait.
happened,
Tory was Chelsea's man.
Kelsey's
Chelsea's
man,
man. Okay.
yeah, yeah. So Kelsey and Tory were together, basically messing or
Mm-hmm.
whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly, they was even engaged at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then I think they were saying something about she had COVID or something like that. And then her and then Megan and Tori started messing around or whatever the case may be. So it allegedly it came out during this little get together that little Jennings girl had, that that's what started the whole beef. The fact that um Megan Tory was like, he was drunk and he was like, yo, I don't know why you worried about her. He talking to Kelsey. She been sleeping with me this whole time. And so it went down after that.
So the funny thing is, this lawyer guy, he's actually going to the case,
Right.
right? And that's who I got my information on his TikTok. He lays out what happens. And so Israel, you are right. So Megan, Kelsey explained Megan is the one that hooked her up with Tori, and it started. And the thing is, Megan and Kelsey's stories weren't really aligning on why they left the party. And clearly, Kelsey was saying basically, no, she felt jealous, and then they got into it in the car to where
Mm.
then Tori was spilling the beans. Kelsey, your friend's been backdooring the guys you slept with, Ben Simmons, the baby, me, and that's where they said the arguments and fighting started happening. Like even Kelsey said they were even, everybody was arguing in the car, but in Megan's testimony, she said it was just her and Tori going at it, right? And then the defense was like, how there was jewelry on the floor. Kelsey's shirt was ripped. A fingernail was on the floor in the car. So it's just like some of the stories, both of the girls, they weren't aligning on what they said. And they said everybody was super drunk. And one thing that the lawyer said, well, the cops kind of fucked up. They didn't mark the trails of the blood. So the cops their testimony kind of got washed basically. But one thing that they said, when Megan got out the car, she looked back, and that's when she said she saw Tory said dance, the bitch word, and that's where he shot.
But
But
no one
I'm sorry,
heard that. No one
yeah,
else heard that but her.
no one else heard that. But when the defense was asking, okay, where was Tory? Where did he shoot from? And then like he broke it down. He was like, it doesn't make sense. If Megan was it was in the passenger seat and Tory was here, how did Tory get from the car? And it was an Escalade, and with his height, how did he shoot above? So he was breaking it all down. So I think both them ladies are lying. They started off with a lie. Megan said she lied because she didn't want Tory, from the first testimony, because she didn't want Tori to get shot. Then this Kelsey chick said she
Get shot
lied
by
when she
who?
said shot by the cops. Her original statement, that's why she said that. I guess she said Tori didn't do it, but then she changed her statement after, I'm guessing, Tori went on social media saying some shit. Yeah, so originally Megan said that it wasn't Tori. So, and then the prosecutor was like, why did you lie? Well, it was around the George Floyd situation, and I'm part of the black community, and I didn't want Tory to get killed, da 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 da. So she lied originally. Kelsey lied originally too, and Kelsey said, well, I wanted to protect myself. That's why I lied originally with the cop statement. So all these little females lying. So I don't know
So
what to believe.
basically, look, what probably really happened was Megan and Kelsey was fighting over the gun. and then some kind of way by accident, Megan, some shots got fired or whatever the case may be. That's probably more likely what happened. But Megan is going with this narrative because think about it. If the narrative was out that she was a scandalous chick and she kept sleeping with everybody man and she kept taking her friend man, whatever the case may be, that puts her in a bad light, right? But if you switch the narrative and she's the victim, then you have everybody run into her aid and everybody run into her defense. You see what I'm saying? So this is really kind of like a PR stunt slash last dash for Megan Thee Stallion to try to protect her image, whatever image she has left.
Can I add something?
You absolutely can, my friend.
Yeah. First of all, what's good, Anton?
What's up, big
Congratulations,
dog?
man, on the
Thank you.
success. And what's good, everybody? I think it's something way more sinister going on. To be honest with you, ever since Tory announced that he was going independent from his record labels, I feel like it has been an attack on his character. And I feel like this is an intentional thing done because nothing about this story makes any sense whatsoever. First he shot her, then he didn't. Then she got the gun, then her friend got the gun. Because when the story first broke, it wasn't even no talk of the best friend. Now that she was acting belligerent at whoever's party they was at, one of those Jenner people's party that she was at, they got kicked out. Now they mad because, oh, you was dating her first. It sounds like a WWE script to me, if you ask me. I think this is just a sinister attack to attack Tory because he did announce from on his label that I'm no longer with the majors. The majors is trying to get me. Illuminati coming for my soul and all that kind of stuff. So I think it's a lot deeper than just a court case and somebody getting shot, because how do you get shot in the foot, but then later on that night you out dancing, twerking in the club? Nothing
Well, she
about
didn't
that
get
makes
shot
sense.
in her foot. She had, I think, particles in her foot.
Right. Then
Yeah.
they say, well, it's from glass. She stepped on glass. And then she did this and she did that. Nothing about this story makes any sense whatsoever. So I think it's way sinister than we know. But
So
that's me with
let
my
me ask a question. Because I'm looking at it from a guy's perspective. We're gonna mine this out today. All right. From a guy's perspective, so you telling me he got his main chick and his side chick in the car, both together,
right.
and he trying to fuck on Kylie.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because look, I'm gonna break it down from a different type of perspective, right? Like I understand all the vlogs and the media and all of that, and I'm gonna read the super chats in a second, but I'm just trying to grasp this whole thing, right? So he fucking on both of them, right? They both for the streets, and then he get over to Kylie house and he like, damn, you know what I'm saying? That upgrade time, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. He was flirting with her in the pool. So that's what Kelsey said.
Mm-hmm.
Kelsey said they originally was leaving. They left, but then they left without Tori. And then Megan said, she's like, well, I need to go back and get my slippers, my sandals. But really, she went to go back and get Tori and go. That's what Kelsey said.
Now she went to go back and check to make sure he wasn't fucking on Kylie.
Of
Mm-hmm.
course.
That's what it
Of
sounded like to
course.
me.
And they were getting
That's what
into
it
it,
is.
and they said Kylie asked them to leave the party.
And
As she
so Kylie
should.
put them all out like, get y'all chicken heads out of here.
Yep.
And it's crazy because I know when you're a celebrity and everything like that, you got access to all kind of women. But are you that arrogant to bring your side chick and your main chick and with another to that chick's party that you smashing on? I mean, come on, ain't no
Yeah, I
common sense
mean,
nowhere.
They were drunk. He
well,
was drunk though
I'm
too.
gonna step
But
out of this part of the conversation because
but they were all drunk though. Originally, Kelsey said she wasn't there originally. So originally it was Tori and Megan.
maybe to
But
play.
but let's be clear, Megan is the one that hooked up Kelsey with Tori. So is Tori the scandalous one, or is it Tori and Megan? Because
Well,
Megan,
here's
you're
the
hooking
thing
It's
me up.
though.
Megan more so
The
than
whole
anybody. It's
idea was
Megan.
that it was see, I'm looking at it differently. From what I am observing, right? They was just smashing. It wasn't no relationship, right? So, but then it sounded like she might have got a little jealous because she started feeling emotions. He might have been like dog walking that hoe in the bedroom, you know what I'm saying? And making her feel some type of way about it. Dog walking me in a good thing. Don't worry about that, for ladies and gentlemen. Um, He might have been dog walking that chick in the bedroom, and now she started catching feelings and catching emotions when it was supposed to just be a thing, right? That's what it sounded like to me. So
And
him
that's why,
having both of
Anton,
them
that's
chicks
why
there
we're
at the
here.
same time, in his mind, probably wasn't a problem, but he just apparently he ain't seasoned enough to understand that at any point and at any moment that junk can go left.
That's why
And
we're here, Anton. It's a woman scorn. It's a classic women scorn situation. That's why we're here.
Yo, don't y'all
Yeah.
tell me that short guys ain't killing these hoes. I don't want to hear no more shit about how short guys. Tory Lanez is like 5'2". He beating up
Yeah,
August
5'2".
Alsina. He beating up August Alsina. At the same time, he fucking on every woman in Hollywood. And he making good music at the same time. Yo, short dudes is winning. Winning like a motherfucker.
I'm
Don't
done.
y'all sit
Hey,
here and
Anton.
tell me
Facts.
that the short dudes ain't winning. We winning, boy.
Facts.
Anton.
What up, though, big dog? What up, David?
Hey, congratulations on everything, man. And I appreciate you're the only guy I listen to, man, giving out the positive message. On this aspect, I wanted to say something, ask for your permission, but who had the gun? They said there's 4 people in the car. I just called it late last night. Somebody had the gun. Who had a gun? But
One of
if
I
I'm
them
have
allowed
no
to
is a
say
idea.
security
something,
guard.
They don't know. I think they
It's
said gun
probably a
residue was
security.
found on Kelsey and Tory.
but if I'm allowed to say something, Mr. Anton, what you were just speaking about earlier before you started the Megan Stallion thing.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, brother, my life is all messed up, man. And I've been to prison 4 times. I have a big record. I just moved to Michigan. I just for fighting, guys, just for fighting. I learned to change my life. I still get jobs. Michigan's gave me an opportunity. My brother commits suicide. My sister's on meth. This is not Fortnite, like you said, man.
Mm-hmm.
We got to stay alive. We got to stay alive. So whoever you impact, just because you're not a celebrity or whoever, you impact somebody. If you have kids, family, you can be there for somebody. Now, if you have other issues, like Anton said, we could reach out. We can point you to the right direction. But you can't give up, man, because you can impact somebody, and you never know what's available for you tomorrow, the next hour in your day of journey. Thanks
Yeah.
for allowing me to share.
Yo, listen, shout out to you, bro, for changing your life, evolving. I remember when you first came on my live stream a while back, some months back. And ever since then, you've been, you know what I'm saying? You've been rocking. You seem to always be in a positive mood, regardless. And, you know, the thing that I want to tell people is that everybody go through stuff. Everybody got problems. Everybody got things that they deal with. I may not be dealing with relationship problems, but that don't mean that I don't be having business problems because motherfuckers be trying to rob me and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody got stuff that they go through. But endure through that shit. It's always better on the other side, and eventually it gets way better and it becomes a learning experience. And then you want to pass that lesson on to your kids so that they don't have to experience it to the extent that you experienced it, and that you can mitigate some of that pain and suffering, and it don't become exponentially worse because the kids are often at times the one that pay for the mistakes or the self-inflicted wounds of their parents. And so yeah, I appreciate you for sharing that, David. I appreciate you, bro.
Yep.
Hey Anton,
What up, though?
when you talking about the whole Twitch situation, one thing I used to say, because I remember when Robin Williams first offed himself,
Uh-huh.
and people would always say that, well, just because you have money and means doesn't mean you're happy. But I would say that I'd rather be rich and depressed versus broke and
Correct.
depressed, because at least if I'm rich and depressed, I have the means to go find some help or whatever I need to do to bring myself to a place to where I can get help and get treatment and get better, versus being somebody who's poor and who's impoverished and don't have no
Well,
resources at
let me tell
all.
you the difference. Let me tell you what the difference is. The difference is that people that are successful get the majority of the spotlight. So when something like this happens, it seems like, oh man, see, I told you, money don't solve problems. Money does not necessarily make you a better person, and it exponentially multiplies what it is that is on display and what it is that you have. So, like for example, if you a scumbag and you a slumlord and you don't do people right, but you own a lot of real estate, that can be reflected in your business practices, right? If you would do, I mean, we see it with Derek Jackson. He leveled up, he got money, he got fit, and all of that other type of shit, and he became a monster. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
it didn't make him a better person. he is in the top 1%, is what we define as, the type of men that a lot of women want, and he's still gonna get his pick of the litter, but it don't make him a better person, right? So the thing that I often tell people is that you got to pray for character on your way to the top, because the character is the thing that's gonna keep you. It's the thing that's gonna help you to make better decisions. It's gonna allow for you to be able to overcome some of the bad things because now you're no different than everybody else. It's just that all of the mistakes that you make is on display, right? I'll give you another example. Guys, women do too, but I'll look at it from a guy's perspective just because I'm a man. Guys cheat on their wives. It's some guys that don't, and it's some guys that do. It's some guys that do and get caught, but it doesn't really matter, because if he gets caught and he fixes the situation and his wife stays with him, he doesn't have a public platform. Now, if I was to do some shit like that, that shit would be like times a million, because of the image that I've created and what it is that I'm selling to people, as far as helping them to understand that you can be this righteous dude and do it the right way. So it's the only difference is that I'm visible. You know what I'm saying? And so it seems much more impactful, because it's something to really gossip about if that was to happen, versus a person that everyday dude that go through it, but he didn't really understand the impact of what being visible was, and he thought that money was a license to go and do some dumb shit, that he can do whatever he wanted to do, instead of it being, a tool that he look at. Siri said that's not nice. Instead of it being a tool for him to help other people and empower other people to be better versions of themselves, right? So, I think that money does fix things. I don't care what nobody say. I'm going to stand on that. Money makes life
Absolutely.
better. Poverty is demonic. I'm going to say that again. If you look at some of the worst things that happen in society, it happens in the most impoverished places, not only in America, but on the face of the earth.
On Earth.
Money
It happens
buys
in the
hospitals,
most impoverished
schools.
places on the face of the earth.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to let somebody else get up here. Anton, the gentleman with the Raiders said, I think he said a lot. Like, I sit back and I'm like, dude, I make $1,200 a month at Quality Dairy, and I live a comfortable life. I can't live outside my means, but you got to stay who you are. You got to keep an open mind. You have to learn. You have to understand what's the BS in life and what's real. You know what I mean? And if you don't, you can't follow the rhetoric every day in life. You got to understand who you are, understand what the BS is, and your circle, and et cetera, et cetera. And I mean, it's mind blowing, sir, that the suicide, I don't know, but you just gotta love yourself and continue to learn and to strive to do better, man. Never give up.
Yeah.
If you got health, that's the key to life. If you got health, you got a chance. God bless y'all. Thank you.
All right, David, I appreciate you, big dog. Yeah, but I don't. And I know Q is a woman, so Q is going to be more compassionate and emotional and all of this other type of stuff. And she's like, "Oh my God, Anton, but what about
What about the kids?"
Yeah, but I can't look at it like that. It's hard for me to see it from that perspective, because the only thing I can think about, my mindset always goes over into the results. I'd be like, yo, but what about, and see you looking at it like, well, what about the kids? And I'm looking at it like, what the fuck about the kids? Like, you fucked up. Right. You left your kids to hopefully catch a stepdaddy in the stray. And your chick got, hopefully I don't even know if you get life insurance for suicide.
No, you don't. I do insurance.
Wow.
I did.
Well, that's not well. I do insurance too. That's not necessarily so. So the truth is if you've had your policy for over 2 years and you've met the criteria, some companies still will pay. All companies don't, but some companies still would pay. But it's still a bad look. Period.
I mean, well, no, the 2-year thing. I'm wanting to say, let's say if I get a policy and I have cancer or something, they're going to have to investigate to see if you got the policy just because you had cancer regarding that 2-year mark. But regarding suicide, I don't think that no matter if it's 5 years, 10 years, I don't think the beneficiary gets the policy if it's suicide. But you might be right.
Some companies, yeah, I'm right. Some companies do still, like, you're right about that, Q. But I'm licensed in like multiple states as well, and some companies do still pay for that, even though It's not something that should be done. You should, like, you're exactly right, Anton. You should live. You should strive to live. You should strive to be better. You're here for a reason. At the same time, the truth is, after 2 years, some companies still do pay, even with that kind of circumstance.
Without.
Yeah,
But
most
why would you
companies
even want to
don't, but
put your
some companies
family in
do.
that type of situation though?
You
I
should
If it's
don't.
never.
getting to that point, if it's getting to that point,
I'm about to grab
whether you have
my
money or not,
breakfast.
you should have enough wherewithal to go get some help. Because at that point, it's not about you. It's not about you anymore. And people say that, and I know it can be, especially being a healthcare professional, I know that it can be some sort of chemical imbalance going on and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's bigger than you, especially if you have younger people that are dependent on whether you bring home money or whether you are successful or not. And at some point, it's you can't be selfish to me. And I think in some cases that is certainly selfish.
It's
I
all,
don't
in
think
all
that.
cases, in all cases where that happens, it's selfish. But the truth is, we all have something that we have to offer this world. We all have something and some benefit that someone else could benefit from. No matter if you're a parent or if you're not a parent, just you being here, like I think you said this a while ago, Anton, and it's true. I've heard other people say it, but the fact that we are here, we won the biggest lottery that there ever was to win. We won the genetic lottery because we fought millions and millions of sperm for the right to exist. So
Sperm.
the fact that you're here and here now means that you're purposed to be here. It means that you're a special person. You're already a winner coming out the gate.
I mean, I don't think everybody's a winner. I don't think everybody should live the right to be here. Less, for example, pedos. I don't think they should have an existence on Earth. But I also think when it comes to, I'm sorry, the one in the Raiders hat, I don't think that people are thinking that are wanting to commit suicide are thinking about other people and the aftermath that it might affect others. I think it's so much going on in their head within themselves. They're not thinking about, okay, my mama has to bury me, my wife, my children. I don't think they're thinking about that aftermath.
But Q, if you get, and my name is CJ, aka the High Value Nurse, by the way. But if you get sick, right? If you knowingly get sick, if you catch a disease or something like that, the first thing you are going to do is go to a facility or go to some sort of practice to where they can treat your symptoms because you want to initially get better. Most people who get some sort of illness don't just sit around and say, "Well, let me just be sick." You know what I'm saying? And let this do what it do. All I'm saying is this: yes, I do understand that people go through things, but that's just life. Especially with being a man. With being a man, that is life. Like Anton said, that's the testament of a man.
He must have owed somebody some money or something. It
Yeah.
had to be something else in there, bro. Maybe not. Maybe not, but I don't know, man. It just sounds wild. It sounds wild to me, bro.
It's never an excuse or never a reason, to be honest. But I mean, Q, the thing is, you do, when you come out, when you come into this world, you are a winner. Now whatever you choose to do after that is up to you. But coming out the womb, you won. You beat out millions and millions and millions of competition for the right to exist.
Yeah. Yeah, that
So
part when they come
so
out the womb.
so with this whole Megan thing, my take on it, which I didn't even really, I was just trying to understand it at first. But my take on it is that if they come to the conclusion that she's lying, right?
Which one? Which she?
Meg the Stallion, right? If they come, because the other one, she got immunity anyway, so that doesn't even matter, right? If they
No,
come to,
doesn't. I don't think Megan has immunity.
no,
It's
the
Kelsey the
Kelsey,
No,
one.
yeah.
yeah, Kelsey
So
has
I'm not
immunity.
even talking about Kelsey. I'm just talking about Meg, right?
Yeah.
If it comes out that she's lying, I have always stood on the idea that women who lie on men,
Hmm.
that you can prove that they're lying, that they definitively lied on a guy. Because there's been plenty that came out and said, yeah, I did it because I, whatever, so on and so forth. If you can prove that a woman is lying, I think that they should do the same sentence that the person that they accuse of the crime
Fact.
should do.
I
I
said that in
agree.
the chat the other day. I absolutely agree.
I
I
think
said
that
that
they
in
Yeah.
the
should do
chat
this.
the other day.
But see, I don't think that they should just go to jail for lying. I think that they should go to jail for the same thing that they accused the person that they lied on of
and
doing
get the same punishment.
I
Yep.
agree. Just like I said that if a woman falsely accuses a man of raping her and it comes out she lied, she should go to jail the amount of times that he was going to go to jail for. I agree with that. But
I think
that's
they
not going
should
to
double it.
happen. Yeah, the system is
Yeah,
not going to do that. It
yeah, it's not gonna happen.
benefits us.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But see, that's
That's crazy.
the problem though, is that you
You're right.
incentivize people to do whatever it is that they want to do because they don't have any kind of repercussions as a result of it.
Yeah,
Not
no
people, women.
consequences, no
Not
no
people, not
consequences, no
people.
accountability.
Well,
Women.
no, I mean
Like,
anybody could lie though, right? Women
I
are
mean,
more
true.
incentivized to do so because of the circumstance that we're talking about.
No, but if you did it, you'd be punished, Anton. If a man
If I
did it, they'll
lied on a
find a
guy,
way to
I
punish him.
wouldn't be punished.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
no,
think
if a man did it, they'll find a way to make him pay.
yeah,
How?
it's gonna affect you more than if it would affect me as a
Now,
woman.
I agree with that, but I've never
Yeah.
heard of anybody going to jail as a result of accusing somebody of a crime that they
It's
didn't
called
commit.
perjury. They'll find a way to perjure you. They'll find a way. They'll find a way to make you pay as a man. They'll perjure you.
You're probably
They'll use
right.
all kind of clauses. They'll find a way.
But why do they continue to give women passes? Every day,
I,
dudes is getting out of jail from being accused of stuff that they didn't do. Dudes is losing
Mhm.
money. Yo, I'm coming for everything. I want to own your kids.
Anton, look at Emmett Till.
I want to put your kids in the sweatshop for the rest of their life. And I
Look,
want
Emmett
them to
Till
be
lost his
making
life.
me money
Anton,
for the rest of my life.
it's sad. Emmett Till lost his life behind a lie.
Yeah,
And
I
50
agree.
years later, 60 years later, the woman said, "Oh no, it wasn't quite like that." It's crazy.
Facts.
I don't believe in I don't believe that everybody should just skate. I don't
No.
believe that people, and I don't even know where they got this believe all women thing from. Where did that come from? Where did
Well,
that
I think
believe
I
all
think
women thing come from?
you
I
know
don't
where
know
it came
because
from,
women be
Anton. The fact that
emotionizing.
women didn't have rights, and the fact. So that's the same thing. See, this is the thing, and this is the thing about America that's so weird, right? And the thing that's kind of so egregious in a lot of ways. So if you think about the alphabet community, right? They were treated a certain type of way. Certain things happen, and so now it's the pendulum has switched way to the left. Whereas if you say anything at all, it's like almost a crime, right? And so that's the same thing with women because women didn't have rights initially in this country at all. The pendulum has swung so
All
far
women
to
are
the
not
left that if
gods.
that they've overcompensated.
All women are not gods.
All
Oh
women are
yeah,
God.
But
definitely not. Absolutely not.
but
Yeah, but
even if you look at
Absolutely not.
systems like the child support system too, I think a lot of that is a form of not having D control, and they count on men not having D discipline because that's $1 billion industry. Imagine if men stopped getting these hood rats pregnant. Imagine if men actually got married. Do you know how many lawyers would be out of business? Do you
hmm.
know what that would do to the judicial system as a whole, as far as from a money aspect, if people started walking on the right track? Oh, you're not going out here getting all these girls pregnant. Oh, we can't put you on child support. We can't do none of this. These lawyers not gonna eat. These judges ain't gonna eat. This courthouse not gonna be here as they are with much prevalence as they have today. So I think they count on dudes to make mistakes like that.
Let me read some of the. I'm gonna bring up Mr. Fantastic and I'm gonna read some of these super chats real quick. Um, Give me 1 second. So, C. Nelson said, Chris from Pop Carlisle, congrats. Oh, shout out to Pop Carlisle. Congrats on a milestone, Christmas, New Year's popcorn sampler en route. Yo, y'all go over there to Pop Carlisle. They got the best popcorn. I can't eat Pop Carlisle at the moment because Anton is on his fitness journey, but shout out to Pop Carlisle. That joint be good as fuck.
Is it
Uh,
popcorn? Popcorn is
yes,
some. Oh,
it's like all kind of flavored popcorn. It's strawberry, chocolate, it's all that shit. That joint
that's
is
not
good as
healthy
fuck.
then.
DJ Killzone Jones said, "Thanks for the content, bro. I will be a part of the Bag Chasers soon." Hashtag Big Killzone. Shout out to Big Killzone. Ennis Luby says, "It's Q time, everybody." Mr. Exclusive Josh said, "AD, congrats on your success and much more blessings to you. I need to reach out to you, coaching call, and join the Bag Chasers. In LA, currently pursuing voiceovers. I'm from H Town though. You hate H Town? LOLs. Nah, I don't hate H Town. I just think that H Town is becoming a new Atlanta. I
He
think that
been
H Town.
here 2 times, y'all. He been here
No,
two
then I've been there
times.
3 times.
Okay.
Actually,
My
I
bad.
think I've been there 4 times.
No, don't think.
No. Think about it. I went there for the.
Houston definitely is Atlanta.
I did there for the Lapeef thing.
That didn't count.
Huh?
That
That do
didn't count.
count. That counts. Oh, it counts. Shout out to Mr. Joss Exclusive. I appreciate you. Let me get to a few more. Silhouette says, and shout out for the 50 ball, says the only rational explanation I came to for Kelsey invoking her fifth when asked if Tory said he would shoot is she threatened Megan prior to that and said that was Tory response because Tory threatening Kelsey wouldn't incriminate her. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. And shout out to Black Titan holding me down. He hit me with the 101.99. What in the world is happening? Says, good morning. Shout out to Black Titan. I appreciate you. Thank you for holding me down. Definitely a sponsor of the live stream and everybody continuing to hold us down. I thank y'all for all of the super chats. If y'all need to get in touch with me personally, email me at antondaniels413@gmail.com. antondaniels413@gmail.com. And then in addition to that, make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. That link is in the description. And subscribe to Don't Do Coke in the Bathroom. That link is in the description also. What's up, Mr. Fantastic?
Yo, what up, bro?
Mr. Fantastic is always driving. I will tell you that. Mr. Fantastic gotta have 100,000 miles on his car.
Hey, man, gotta be moving, man. You ain't moving, man. You know what I'm saying? You ain't doing that. You can't be sitting still.
What's your thoughts on this whole Meg Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez thing, bro?
She lied. She lied from the jump, bro. And again, you know, the whole thing that came to me most importantly was she got shot, but where was the bullet hole? The injury, but a bullet hole has a
You was breaking up.
distinctive.
You was breaking up. You was breaking up. What'd you say? She got what?
She got shot, but where's the bullet hole?
She didn't get shot. It was bullet fragments in her foot.
Is
So I'm
that? But
guessing
that doesn't count. But that's what I'm saying. When you get shot, you're actually struck by a bullet. Getting shot is not shrapnel. Shrapnel is not getting shot. And she didn't
But I
say
don't think
that.
the
She said she got
charges
shot.
are. Yeah, but I don't think the charges are against attempted murder or something.
Well,
I
no, it
think it's
wouldn't
like
be attempted murder because you shoot someone in the foot is an attempted murder. That's aggravated assault or assault with a deadly weapon. Because anything below the knee is not attempted murder. You only get attempted murder where you can hit vital organs or something like that, or so on and so forth.
Wait. So I can go and put a hole in a nigga in his calf, and I'm good.
Yeah, you good. You're not getting a murder charge.
wow, I didn't know that.
As long as he's not
Yeah,
deleted.
yeah. As
But do
long
you
as
know
he
how
doesn't
hard
die,
it is?
anything.
You niggas ain't gonna have no calves when I get done with you.
Hey,
Oh my
man,
Swear
God.
to God,
ain't for the
you niggas
shins
ain't
and
gonna
ankles,
have
baby.
no
Shins and ankles.
calves, no ankles, no
I'm
nothing.
aiming
I'm
for the
coming for
penis.
all of y'all calves and ankles. It's
Oh,
on.
Shins and
you could
ankles, bro.
die from that one, Q. Stop. You
Aim
could
for the
die from that one.
penis.
No, you'll
Oh,
die
come
from
on.
that one, Q.
What the hell? What that got in the Q? Q hurt
You
you.
might as well
Q,
kill him.
damn. Yeah,
Yeah,
you might
no,
as
no, you
well.
will
Listen,
kill him.
anybody come through my door, this whole extended clip is going in them.
Okay, well, that's rightfully so. That's
You
rightfully
got
so. Yeah,
extended
yeah.
clips too?
Yes.
Criminals deserve it. Criminals deserve what they get. Okay.
But what
Cool.
if
But
both of them are lying? Like Kelsey, because I don't know why. I don't understand if Kelsey has immunity. Why are you pleading the fifth?
because
Right?
Because she
I
could
think
be
she tried to
incriminated
shoot
for
him.
other things.
No,
It could
Tory
but the
story.
incriminate her for other stuff. That's why.
the attorney
Tory.
said that they can't go against her. They're once she does. I guess they signed an agreement where anything she says can't be held against her. Right?
That's why
The
they
Well,
did
only
that.
you still don't, but you still don't want the public's eye saying if you admit to you shot your friend. So Tori's story is this: her, Kelsey and Meg got into it because she found out he pretty much told Kelsey, "Hey, damn, you know what I'm saying? Meg is hitting me too, or whatever. She's been doing this time and time again." And Kelsey admitted to all of them arguing. Meg and the prosecutors tried to make it seem like, oh, it was just an argument between Meg and Tory. No, they were all arguing because they found out she snaked them. Tory's original story is like, hey, I did not shoot that girl. I didn't shoot her. But you know what I'm saying? He was trying to stop old girl from shooting her. And you know how women are. The most dangerous person to a woman is another woman, especially a black woman. That's documented. Okay, so this whole thing is, hey, I'm just saying, this whole thing that's going down, man. I
How is
wouldn't
that
even if she did it,
documented to the black woman?
ma'am. I just did a story. What's the
Oh,
old girl name in the Bahamas and in
oh,
Mexico?
you
What happened to
documented
Shanquilla?
that.
No, Shanquilla. Shanquilla is
God rest
documented.
her
That just
soul.
happened.
God rest her
Oh,
Q.
soul.
oh,
Right.
I
That
thought
just
you meant
happened.
like a stat or something, like the
No,
black
well, no,
women
no,
is
well, no. Well, actually,
weird.
no, too. And hold on, lesbian relationships have way higher the highest domestic
Lesbian.
violence rates too. Yes. So again, Q, like I said, it's documented. Shawty. I don't make this up. You know I do this for real. But allegedly, according to Tory Lanez original thing, hey, he was trying to stop her from getting shot, not shooting her. That's why they both have gunpowder residue on the hand. And even with immunity, who gonna sit up in court and say, yeah, I shot her? I shot her. Because it's repercussions that comes after this, after you leave the courtroom.
Okay, good point. Hmm.
Hmm.
Do y'all know when Tory's going on trial when he's gonna be a
We
witness?
don't know if he's taking the stand. Who knows? We don't know yet if he's going to take the stand or not.
He should never.
I
He should
think
never take the stand. He should never
I
take the
think
stand.
I
Don't
think
do
they
it.
said who else is gonna be on the stand? I think did they say the bodyguard? Did they say who? Do y'all know? No.
I don't
Probably.
know. I think Megan is supposed to take the stand, but
Megan already took
today.
the stand.
Oh,
She
she
was the
did.
first one.
Megan's
Oh
done.
yeah, she was. Yeah, she
Yeah.
was the
Megan's
first
and
one.
her,
Yeah, that's why I
and that's
said
what made
Megan and
everything so
Kelsey's
messed up.
story. Yeah, their story didn't align on certain aspects regarding the party,
Well,
regarding the car.
Well, Kelsey ain't even important as Megan's story is. Megan's story didn't even line up with the prosecutors. It's a
Ex-
prosecution case. You know what I'm saying? So how
Exactly.
Megan go against everything that she's saying that and then did y'all cover the whole I didn't talk because of the black community? Did y'all cover that BS yet?
Yeah,
Her
Yeah,
saying that?
yeah.
Come
yeah,
on, stop.
yeah.
You
It's crazy.
so you can't tell the police now cause you can't tell the police, the legal people, that this man shot you definitively, but you go and make a whole campaign about this man shot me. Y'all don't care about black women, and y'all. That's why we had a resurgence in this whole protect black women thing. Megan Thee Stallion was a big part in that, man. Megan Thee Stallion was a huge part in that because people were not just taking her word for her word. Hey, man, I don't believe no women. I believe facts and evidence. I'm not just believe somebody saying something.
Let me
Also,
read.
Megan lied. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I just want to read some of these cash apps and super chats. Shout out to Darlene Patton. Sent the 10 ball, said, "What up, though?" on Cash App. Corey Houston hit me 2 times. Said, "Continue your hard work. Hard work pays off. I'm working, and congrats. They on their way." Also, want to give a shout out to Cheeky Banner. Cheeky says, "I have been convinced. You not you're not to pimping for a little bit of simping. Good catch in the stream, fam. Be safe." Shout out to Cheeky. I appreciate you for the 10 ball, Cheeky. Also, Silhouette came back with the 20 ball and said it's not that women didn't have rights. It's that women had to sign up for the selective service in order to own land, vote, etc., and get the rights that men had, and they didn't want to. Don't let them rewrite history, y'all. Shout out to Silhouette. Also, I want to give a shout out to Robin M. Says that leprechaun shot her, and screw all you dusties who don't believe her.
She gonna
Thank
take a big L like usual. Don't worry about it, Anton. Robin Ember about to take a big L on
Yeah,
this one.
y'all don't like Robin M. What Robin
yeah.
M. be doing?
Oh, she's a known
Shout
terrorist
out
in
to
the
the
streets.
And shout out to the Little Fella Federation, man. I saw you bigging your fam up there, Anton. Shout out to the Little Fella
Listen, how tall
Federation,
is
man.
Tory? Somebody said that he was 5'7".
He's actually
5'3".
No,
5'7".
he's
Yeah,
shorter than that. Yeah,
he's
he's
5'7".
short.
But
He's
Megan is
5'7".
also 5'11" though. Megan is tall.
We chop down trees all day long.
Yeah, short men do love tall women. But I think it doesn't look good
We
on
love
Megan's
we
part
love
because
chopping down trees.
they do. Yeah, short men do. But I think it doesn't look good on Megan's part because she lied. Not only that,
Yeah, she
remember
lied.
that she lied regarding, I think that lady's name, as they said it last night, Gail. When Gail asked her, "Have you been intimate with
Gail King.
Tory?" She said,
Gail
yeah,
King,
she
yeah.
said no to Gail. But on the stand yesterday or the 2 days ago, she said she was intimate with Tory.
They
So
say
it's
he
like
not
her
five
lies.
seven. They say he
He's
not
five
5'7".
seven.
They say
He's
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 Yeah,
not
he
shorter
looks
than
5'7".
that,
shorter.
right?
They
He's
say he
not
closer to
Shorter
5'7".
than
He's
5'2",
5'3".
5'3".
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
shorter
he
In
than
the
looks
court,
shorter.
5'7".
I could have sworn in the court they said, I don't know. I thought they said his height in the court and was listening. But if he's 5'3", he's super Little Fella Federation. God damn, he can't get on
Yeah,
fair rise.
yeah, I think he's
They
shorter than
said he like
5'7".
5'2". It's funny though because all my brothers, we all different sizes. Like my oldest brother has got to be like 5'6", 5'5", and he used to have all the hoes. Shout out to Dre.
Yeah, short niggas
He
get
used to have
money.
all, and then I'm 5'7". My other middle brother is like 5'11", and then my youngest brother is like 6 something.
Damn.
Yeah,
What I've
it's crazy.
encountered is that short men have the biggest confidence.
And the biggest dicks.
I don't know about
I,
that. I've
yo,
never
I
met
don't
a
know
short.
about that, fam.
Crazy.
What?
I don't know about that.
Crazy. It's
I
Pause.
can
crazy.
never. I can
It's
never.
Crazy.
I can
fam.
It's
never
crazy. It's
deal.
How
like
did we always get here,
Pause, brother.
Anton?
I'm just
Pause.
saying, like,
Pause,
How
fam.
do we always get here?
cuz man, listen. Let me be quiet. Let me sip my breakfast. Um, it's crazy. It's like a third leg down that bitch. Anyways,
Anton.
What the
all right, all
fuck?
right, all right, all right, all right.
Anton,
We
man.
can get off that. We can get off that.
Boom the stream.
But anyways, um, I also have another take. Right, this is why it's important to have dick discipline. Honestly,
Yeah.
because listen, we can give him props in saying that, yo, you know what I'm saying? He had the main chick and the side chick, and he was trying to bust Kylie down all at the same time. But this motherfucker sitting on trial now.
Yeah. Fighting for his life,
And
really,
it don't
literally.
mean that they right for accusing him. It's see for me, I've always leaned into the space to where I don't want to put myself in a position to have to deal with that type of shit in the first place.
Right.
Like I just don't need it. I don't need the headache. I don't need none of that. I don't need none of that. I don't need it. It just seemed like I don't want to risk putting my freedom on the line for any of these chicks. That's emotional, and we all know that women are emotional.
I don't think men think about that. Like they don't think about what could happen if this woman says, "Yeah, she did this to me," or she lies on me, or she wants to say something to the social TMZ. I don't think men think about that. They thinking about their dickhead, not their real head. So I don't think. I think that's the problem nowadays. As I think it was Nurse, you said it. If more men were more disciplined and leave these type of women alone, I think women would actually change and better themselves and stop lying on men or stop moving how they're moving.
Yeah, and especially the more successful you become, you have to, your character analysis game got to be on point. I mean, I've seen several situations of dudes that work in the nursing world deal with women and get accused of stuff that they say they didn't do. So you have to be careful, especially
Every
when you are
single
on your grind and on
woman
the come up.
that works for me, with me, and are around me have to sign the paperwork. You gotta
And
Can
sign
I
the
say this,
paperwork.
Anton?
You have
Can I
to
say this
sign.
real
You
quick?
gotta sign the paperwork, and I'm not gonna say what kind of paperwork you gotta sign because that don't even matter. The point is that you gotta sign the paperwork. You gotta
but this
sign the
is what I
Can I?
paperwork.
told
Can I?
Anton
Can I?
the other day. Oh, sorry,
Huh?
go ahead.
Go ahead, Q. What was you about to say?
I told you that women are the most conniving, but you're like, no, women are gods.
No, no, no.
Women
I think that
are
women still are Swiss Army knives. You can use them, and they could be the strongest tool in your arsenal. Doesn't mean you still shouldn't protect yourself and sign the paperwork. Like I'm an advocate for marriage, right? But if you a guy going into, I'm an advocate for being successfully married. If you want to be married, I can give you the blueprint and a game on how to do it. However, I'm also an advocate for if you a guy that has accumulated significant resources, I don't give a fuck how awesome your chick is. Make her sign a prenuptial agreement. Like two
That's a
things can be
fact.
true at the same time. The woman could be dope, but it doesn't mean that she can't change. And then more importantly, you still need to take the proper precautions. Listen, a woman can be absolutely awesome, right? She could be absolutely awesome, dope, phenomenal, all of that. I still advise niggas to use a rubber. Like, I don't care how church and holy she is and how awesome she is. I don't care how much I don't care if she comes back with a clean bill of health and you took her to the doctor yourself. Use a rubber.
Yo,
Use a
Anton.
rubber.
Or
Wait,
aim for
but
the throat.
before we go too far, before we go
Or
too
aim for the
far
throat.
away, hold on, fam. Before we go too far away from this, I want to say this: we can't act like in biblical times there wasn't dudes being accused by women. So even in biblical times back in the days where dudes did have discipline, they still was being accused of stuff. I.e. Joseph, remember?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, his wife turned on him, and wow. It's
Not
a
his
lot.
wife. That was
No,
the
no, no, no,
king's
no,
the
no, no, no,
king's
no, no.
wife.
I'm thinking of Job. I'm thinking of
Yeah,
Job.
the king's wife. I'm talking about the king's
I'm
wife.
thinking of Job. You talking about Joseph. I'm thinking about
Joseph, yeah,
Job.
the king's wife wanted him, and she lied on him because he wouldn't mess with her. So what I'm saying is that it's not always de-discipline. De-discipline is necessary, but it's not always de-discipline that makes people act the way they act.
No, no, no. De-discipline. What I'm saying is that de-discipline can keep you out of a lot of situations because it forces you to start thinking logically instead of thinking about what's the opportunity that's right in front of you at that particular time.
Right.
Like it forces you to weigh your options of what could possibly happen and then start to make a more informed decision. Listen, dealing with women today is like gambling in a lot of instances, right? You can come up craps, you can hit the red, you can hit black, you can double your money. Strong possibility you may lose, right? The point that I'm making is that when you have dick discipline, you then say, I'm not going to the casino at all. That's what I'm saying. I don't have to worry about losing because I'm not gambling at all. I decided that I didn't want to be a part of the process. How about that?
But some of these dudes are addicted to these type of women though. Some of these dudes genuinely love being around these ratchet, toxic women. It turns them on. They get a kick out of it. You got a woman like Megan who consistently shows the type of woman that she is to the public eye on a very consistent basis. And you got some niggas that's like, damn, she got a fat ass. She's saying she do all this kind of stuff. Let me holla. I don't care if she about that life. I don't care how many kids she got. Only thing that matters to me is that ass is fat and the mouth is wet. That's it.
Yeah,
That's the
but it's
only
all
thing.
kind of chicks that got fat asses and wet mouths. Like it's not a shortage of women. I don't know why they got to deal with that one. You know what
They
I'm
don't.
saying? Like
They
you
don't.
don't
And
have to deal with that one. You can move on. It reminded me of that chick that I had seen a chick probably well over a year ago, and she was on No Jumper, right? And she was obviously for the streets, and she looked like a piece of shit in my opinion. But she was talking about how she basically had topped off the entire NBA, an entire NBA team, and then it later came out that it was the Phoenix Suns, right? And it's like,
Gross.
no, but think about it, right? Think about it from this perspective. See, for me, they would have been like, "Yo, Ty, you want to get in on this?" No, nigga, I don't want to get in on that.
Ew.
Nigga,
And the best thing,
Charge
why
waiting to
would I
happen.
go in there with y'all? Y'all trying to get the whole team suspended and damned out. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, what the fuck? Like, why would you even put yourself in that position in the first place? Like, it ain't no other girls that y'all can go out and mess with. I gotta be associated with y'all. Nah, I'm good. I'm
It's
I'm
that
good,
dusty
man.
mentality, that
I'm good,
dusty
man.
mindset.
It's dumb. It's just, it's like, see, in that instance, that's another instance of dick, because there's a lot of forms of dick discipline, right? That's another instance of dick discipline. No, you know what? I'm a pass on that one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can say no, nigga. You don't have to accept every chick that come at you.
they can't
Jesus
say no.
Y'all,
Christ.
that's 100.
y'all
You can't
remember?
say no.
They
You
can't say
remember?
no.
You remember what's the name got caught? Almost caught a charge that way. Trying to run a train. Look, man, listen, dog. You shouldn't be grown running trains, dog. Okay,
Who?
running trains. Derrick Rose. Remember
Oh,
Derrick
oh yeah,
Rose?
yeah, yeah,
Derrick Rose beat
yeah,
a
yeah,
case
yeah, yeah, yeah.
because you know what I'm saying. You know, but
Yeah.
Derrick Rose had
Well,
to fight
it
and
still
beat a
costs him a lot
case.
of money. You got to pay
Yeah, you're
lawyer
right.
fees
That's
and
what I'm
all that
saying.
shit.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you. That's what I'm saying, bro. You too grown to be running trains, bro. That's for high schoolers, dog. And I don't even I never
You shouldn't
understood you
even do it
train
in high
niggas.
school.
No, no.
I never understood you train niggas. Cause listen, bro. Listen. You know, ain't nobody strapped up. Hey, she hitting, letting everybody hit it. How many other trains she done took? Hey, this bitch Amtrak. She
I
motherfucking
bet you're not getting
Norfolk
her tested.
Southern. No, is that she ain't she in high school. She a kid, so she ain't going to no clinic or nothing like that. Or even if you
In high
grown,
school.
like bro, what is y'all doing? Y'all crazy. And another big thing that's happening too. A lot of these porn stars starting to say, hey, they catching shit because dudes falsifying these people falsifying these tests, bro. So it really ain't safe out here. So I'm
What?
telling you, man, if you out here, yeah, a chick just they had an interview with her. If you look for it on YouTube, it'll tell you about it. She's a porn star, legit porn star, and she says the STD rate in the industry is skyrocketing because people are doing these falsified tests. And y'all knew that the dude with the hat, the nigga that used to wear the hat,
Mr.
he kind of looked
Marcus.
like, but it, yeah, see, yeah, got both of these niggas got hats. See, them
You
hat
know what's
niggas
so
know them
funny?
hat niggas.
You
Why
know what's
is
so
it that you
funny,
No,
know these
Mega?
don't do
things?
that. Don't do that, fam. Don't do
Y'all
that.
know what's so
Don't do
funny?
that.
I didn't even want to say this, but I actually got one of these porn dudes on an interview coming up. We locking it down pretty soon, but when I say I got all different types of people that I'm mining through to understand, and the type of questions that I kind of have for them is everything. Like, yo, was it worth it? Do y'all have to take tests? How much money y'all make? What do you do now that the internet and porn is free and y'all can't even sell DVDs no more? Like, I just got a lot of questions in a general sense as to, you know, why you would do something like that, because you can't take it back. Like, how do you explain to your kids? You know what I'm saying? I want to know everything. I just want to know. I want to understand every aspect of, like, man, I got all kind of people coming on here. I got people that's been accused. I mean, people that's been convicted of hate crimes coming on. I got all kind of politicians. I got this one. I got one. I ain't even gonna say her name yet. I got one of them. Them black the black
Swirler.
women, no, the black women stars from like yesteryear. Like that's in the same vein as like a Nia Long, Sanaa Lathan. I got one of them type of chicks coming on. I don't want to say her name yet, but I mean, I just want to talk to all different types of people and get their insight and information on how it is that why they think the way they think and why they do what they do.
But Anton, why are kids watching? Why would kids know what their parents are doing in the porn? Like, I don't get that.
I
Because
mean,
they
there's
go
just a Google.
because they go to school.
Yeah, Google.
School,
Listen,
why
the
why are
first thing
kids
the
watching
first thing
porn,
that my
fam?
daughter experienced, what she actually had a positive experience as a result of it. First thing that my daughter, that people came at my daughter when they wanted to cap, or tease is, oh, you using your daddy's money. That's why you got that drip or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, people know. They parents watch. Everybody watch. Like, who it is that you're dealing with. It's not a
Mm.
secret. Kids be knowing. What you
Yeah.
think? Ime Udoka's kids don't know that he got caught up, that he had to
But
take.
that's yeah, but that's and yo, Anton, I have this the first time I'm getting on camera with you. Yo, you ultimately was right. I put it in the chat one day, but I came up to say I was right, but in the end you ended up being right. So I wanted to say that on camera too.
Regarding what?
No, because we had a debate one day about Ime Udoka being able to be hired again after this scandal.
Nope.
And at first he was supposed to be hired by the Brooklyn Nets, but then they
Nope.
rescinded his offer. So
Nope.
Anton was ultimately
He
right.
not
So
gonna
I
get
have to give
hired,
him
bro.
that.
Listen, if the only way he gonna get hired is if it's a few years from now, a couple years from now at least, right? And
High
then he
school,
gonna
high
have to work his way back up through the ranks. He's gonna have to start back off as an assistant coach, and then he gonna have to try to get another opportunity when one shows itself. In my opinion, I don't think that don't nobody want to get associated, especially in a social media era when anybody can say, "Yo, we don't like it." People don't want to
hmm
associate themselves with it.
Yeah. Well, I got to give you a props on that one, big dog. You ultimately was right. So I got on camera to say I was right. So I'm gonna get on camera to say you was right.
Any
Oh,
final
that's nice.
thoughts, y'all?
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
I,
I want to say that yo for Megan to ultimately lie like that and to try to put this man's career and ultimately really his life in jeopardy and in danger because people was really trying to put hands on him at one time and
Mm-hmm.
threatening his life. So for her to do that, I feel like is beyond reproachable. I feel like you said, she should spend the time that he would get if he was convicted of that crime.
Do y'all think he still
Okay.
can get convicted though?
I
no.
think that he's not going to be. No, I think he
No.
is going to be dismissed. But
Wait, so what comes out? What if it comes out that Tory actually did shoot her, but he didn't mean to shoot her? Because all of them were drunk, right? I think they said there was a witness or whatever, but I don't know. What if it does come out that Tory accidentally shot her? Then
He
what?
finished.
Then I have to eat. I have to eat
You think
eat
he's
those words,
finished?
but
Cancel
I don't
culture
think
is
that's.
I
great.
don't think he finished at all.
I'm
I don't
still
think
gonna
that
listen to
was the
his
case.
music.
Listen,
Sorry, but
like
Huh?
I
I like his
said,
music. Yeah, I would listen
if
to him, but I think as a
Kels,
whole, he's finished though.
if Kels and Chris Brown and all of them can come through,
exactly.
one thing I know for sure is that you can make everything go away by performing and doing great shit.
Exactly. Look at Cardi B. She admitted to drugging men. like
But she's a
so
woman, Q. She's a woman. If she was a man, she
Yeah,
wouldn't
and
get
she
away
never
with
got.
it.
Yeah, she never even got charged for that. Q. She was
yeah,
never
yeah,
held.
true.
She was never held accountable at all. But as
Yeah.
far as the thing goes, yeah, he gonna be straight regardless. People did much worse things. Like people that got off with actual like murder charges. I think the big question would be what's gonna happen to all the people that cape for her. Because I think one of especially the
Nothing.
Texas people.
They go away and they
Yeah,
just
man,
continue to go to the next person and they keep don't nobody say nothing.
yeah, that's horrible, bro. Because they like I said they was threatening Buddy and all the Texas dudes was this that and the other. And it's like, bro, what are y'all talking about, bro? Stop it, bro.
Nothing.
Jumping out the
Nothing would
window.
happen. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for rocking out.
Thank you.
Bye.
Peace.
Thank you for having me, man. Peace.
All right, so let me read a couple more super chats before we get going, ladies and gentlemen. I want to make sure that I acknowledge everybody that contribute to the platform. Amber Love Studio, I like the hat. Says, did this man say more black women hurt black women than black men do? And then she put the crying emoji. I don't know how accurate that is. I have no idea, so I can't specifically speak on it. But I think that is what he said. Yep. Shout out to Amber Love Studio. Thank you for holding me down. My dog, Gerald, what up, G? Says, how can you believe all women when two women are saying different things? Aha. Aha. That is true. Again, shout out to Black Titan. I appreciate you for the 100 ball. I just wanted to acknowledge you again and everybody that contributed $50 or more. I appreciate y'all also. Spaces says, if Tory shot the horse, Biden helped black people. Y'all so ugly. Shout out to Cliff says, small axe fall, big tree. My dog. King. MCF2 says, believe all women is how Rosewood burned down. That's a good one. Shaka Tucker says, she pled the fifth because she was attempting to shoot. She didn't get the blanket immunity, so that means she can still be charged if she admits to shooting. Aha! Smart girl. Looked like she got a right lawyer on her team. And shout out to Brock for the Pass of Love offering. I appreciate you, Brock, for holding me down. Thank you, my friend. Listen, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I want to have more of these type of conversations based off of you guys giving me your insight. I'd love to continue to contribute to the platform by bringing more people along with me. Thank you to the Bag Chasers. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on your notification. I am dropping videos starting today inside of Don't Do Coke in the Bathroom and removing the interview videos from the Anton Daniels channel. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. And lastly, if you need to get in touch with me with a Zoom call or a personal call, email me at antondaniels413@gmail.com and I'm going to get it popping. So happy to be back live streaming, doing the same thing tomorrow. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you for holding me down. We're about to get up out of here. I love y'all. I need y'all to do me one more favor before we get going, though. Make sure you share this with your family and friends. We don't want to be great and successful by ourselves. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Let's continue to make sure that we don't fumble the bag. It's a Friday Eve. I love y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.